All right, we're on. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Mind Body Blend. We're in the month of January 2021, and our goal is in pursuit of longevity. So, what I've got for you today is we are going to learn the next form in the Tai Chi series, which is called brush knee. So, we'll learn that form, we'll put it together with everything we've learned so far in the other 5 forms we've learned. And then we're going to be focusing this month on specifically 5 of the exercises that are in the New York Times article for longevity. Those are the single leg stance, so being able to balance on one foot. They are body weight squats, which we already do a lot of. They are the bird dog, or that spinal balance exercise on our knees. They are lateral leg lifts to the side. We do those a lot, right? And then also the tandem stance. Now, this is something a little different that I haven't particularly worked on just like this, but it's being able to stand with one foot exactly in front of the other, with the heel touching the big toe, and keep our balance. But I want you to notice if I turn my toes out a little bit, what is this position? It's ballet fifth position or third position. So we're going to be really integrating this a lot in our classes over the next few weeks, as well as building strength to really get our bones and our muscular skeletal system nice and strong. So let's get some space ahead of you as we learn the brush knee. And with the brush knee, what we want to do is to come into our right ball. So the right hand is on top. Take our feet about hips distance apart. And brush knee is a little bit different than the ones we've learned before. So we'll slightly prep to the right. And as we take a step to the left with the heel to the diagonal, this bottom arm will brush across the thigh and will block with the right hand. Then we'll shift the body weight, pivot on the heel like we do. Now our hands have to switch, and we'll make kind of a roll the ball type action. Now we're standing on the left foot, prep a little bit to the left. As you step out to the right, this bottom arm brushes across the thigh. We strike the heel and block. Shift your body weight back to pivot on the heel. And as we step in, the hands do a little roll the ball as we get our right hand back on top. We'll try that again. Prep to the right. Step out a little bit to the left, leading with the heel. This left hand brushes across the thigh. We rotate our palm down and block out. Pivot on the heel. Circle the arms like a roll the ball. A lot of these positions come together hand in hand. And then prep to the left. Step out right. The bottom arm brushes. It's a little different because sometimes we switch the arms as we press out. Then pivot on the heel, roll the ball with the hands, and start from the beginning. Okay, we'll back it up. We'll do it twice more on each side, then put it with our entire flow. Stand on the right foot, tap the left. Right ball. Prep to the right. Step out with the left foot. The bottom arm brushes, brush knee, and block. Shift your body weight, pivot on the heel, and roll the ball. Tap in the right foot, prep left. Brush knee, bottom arm goes across the thigh. Pivot on the heel, roll the ball. So now your right hand is back on top. Prep. Brush knee with the left hand. Step out, block. Pivot on the heel and roll the ball. Prep to the left. Right hand brush knee. Block. Pivot on the heel. Roll the ball back to our right ball. All right, let's put everything together. So we're backing up, starting with the feet just about a little bit closer in than hips distance. So we start with a really good posture. Pull your shoulders back. Stand really proud. Feel energy coming up from the earth. Then step out to the right. Inhale, take those arms up about halfway. Let them float down and sink into the knees a little bit. Soften. Shift your body weight into that right foot, right ball. Prep to the right, step out left and roll the ball. That's our first form. Tap in, prep left, step out right, roll the ball. Ready for part the wild horse's mane. Prep to the right, step out on the diagonal, lead with the heel, and switch your hands. The palm faces toward your face. Pivot on the heel and return to left ball. Prep left, step out right diagonal, part the wild horse's mane. Pivot on the heel, step into right ball. Single whip, prep to the right and make a hook with your right hand. Step directly out to the side, not on an angle, and block. Palm goes away from you. Pivot on the heel, releasing the hook, and step into left ball. Prep to the left, make your hook with your left hand. Step directly out to the right side, lead with your heel, block, your palm goes away. Pivot on the right heel, release the hook, and step into right ball. Waving hands like clouds, we prep to the right, take 3 steps to the left, and you shift your hands. They kind of cross right in front of your body. And you're rotating side to side. On that 3rd step, you pause the hands. You're now in left ball. Prep to the left, 3 steps to the right. 1 and 2. Not big steps, but think about balance. Hold on that 3rd step. Prepare for repulse monkey. We're here in our prep. We'll step backwards with that left foot. Touch the ball of your foot first. Shift your body weight back into the back leg. Open the arms. The front hand is forward. The back hand is up, and look to your back hand. And then step in to left ball. Step back with your right foot after prepping. Let both arms go down. Front palm is forward, back palm is up. And you're pulling the toes up in that front foot. Most of my body weight is in the back leg. Step that front foot back to the back foot into right ball. Okay, now we're ready for brush knee. So prep to the right. Bottom hand brushes the knee as we step out to the diagonal block. Shift your body weight, pivot on the heel, roll the ball. So now your left hand is on top in left ball. Prep to the left, step out, bottom hand, brush knee. It's almost the opposite of part the wild horse's mane. Step in, roll the ball. And then we close our form by stepping back out, hands to shoulders. We brush away, lower down, and the right foot steps in. Very nicely done. Back to good posture, standing tall. And then we will prepare with our chair as we have been doing the last few weeks. And if you don't have a chair, you're just going to do basic squats and you don't have to sit all the way down. But with your chair, I'd like you to come to the very front edge of your chair and notice how far apart your frontal hip bones distance is in this nice angle. And today we're going to bring our feet a little closer together because this is harder. We create a smaller base of support. You can even touch your feet and knees if you'd like. Hinge forward, and we stand. And down and up. So we're building strength in our legs as we're working on balance. And each time we're coming down to support our entire body weight onto that chair. And our goal is not to use our hands if we don't have to when we're standing up, but that's there for you. And let's do 3 more and lift and lower. Exhale the breath as you stand. And 1 and sink down. Stagger your feet. So your right foot, I'll mirror you, goes forward just a little bit. Your left foot goes back slightly. You're still close together and your back heel is up off the floor. We'll shift forward and stand. My back heel is lifted. This almost brings us into that tandem stance. So we're working on balancing while we're strengthening. And I want you to notice how you feel the weight distributed into your thighs. If you feel like there's more work in one side than the other. 3 more. Up and down. And 2. And 1. Have a seat. Stay like you are and watch. So the next set, we stand. We lift the knee up, we place it right back where it was behind us on the ball of the foot, and then we come down. So prep with me, stand up, lift, knee rises, we step it back, and we go down. So if you don't have a chair, you're doing this just like a squat, going pretty low, like there's a chair behind you. And down. Up, lift the knee, back, and down. Try to keep those feet fairly close together. Unless you're really struggling with balance, then you can widen this way and take a little bit wider base of support. And 2 more on this side. And down, 1 more. And have a seat. And you can also be doing these holding on to weights too, if you'd like to at home. Okay, so let's get our tandem stance the other side, or our split squat. Left foot in front, right foot staggers behind, the heel is up. And we lift and lower. Sometimes when we have some muscle imbalances in our hips, I want you to watch what would be the left side of your screen and notice what the knee kind of tends to do. So sometimes it wobbles in and we are losing this strength in the outer thigh. So keep that leg really squared forward. Notice the distribution of the weight and the work. 2 more and lift. 1 more. And hold. Okay, if you want to rest one while we review the next one, you can stay there. The exercise is stand, lift the back leg up, set it back where it was on the ball of the foot, and sit. Go ahead and join me. Lift, knee up. So this is called the single leg stance when we get this leg up. And if you were able to read that New York Times article, it talked about the importance of being able to do the single leg stance and hold it for 10 seconds. I was really surprised by the number of people, even that are of a young age, that were not able to perform that, at least on one side. Let's get 3 more here. And notice, does one side feel a lot easier than the other? It's totally normal. 2. And 1. Up and down. Have a seat. All right, our last set, we'll take the feet into second position. So toes are turned out. Nice long spine. And we rise up and down. Now we activate those inner thighs a little bit when we have the feet wider. This should feel pretty strong, a nice wide base of support. So the option for balance that I'm going to give you on this one, as you come up, heels raise, and then you sit back down in the chair. Up, heels raise, and down. In bar classes, we do a lot of what we call the releve, which is when the heels are lifted, because we have the calves engaged and all of those little accessory muscles around the ankle. If we keep them strong, it does help with our gait and our balance. And if we slip and get ready to fall, if those muscles are strong, we're likely able to support our body and not twist the ankle, etc. 2, and let's get one more here, and lift and stay up. All right, take your chair, and I want you to use it, the back of your chair, for a little bit of balance support. You can also use a wall here, so fingertips are on the front of the chair. And let's come into a tandem stance with your right foot in front. So the right foot is in front, the left foot comes back, the big toe touches the back of the heel. Now, when you come this way, I want you to squeeze your inner thighs tight together. Imagine there's a little sponge between your legs. Stand really tall, keep your body weight distributed evenly, and we lift and lower, lift and lower. And I only want you to use your hands for what you need for balance. If you don't need them at all, you can try a couple without touching your chair, or just 1 or 2 fingertips. Now, our posture is so important with these, so try not to look down at your feet. They're there, I promise, but look straight ahead, eyes on the horizon. Drop your shoulder blades down and back into that protraction or retraction and depression of the shoulder blades. 1 more, hold it up. Now we're going to bend both knees just a little bit, keeping the back straight, and come back up. If you're struggling in the tandem stance, widen the distance between your feet. Down and up. There's 4, looking for 10. These don't have to be deep. 5. Good posture. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Then let the heels drop and relax. Take your right foot, the one that's in the front, bring it out to the side and do some side leg raises. Now, if you can let go of your chair, that's great. So this is the lateral leg lift, one of the basic exercises in the New York Times. It involves the goal of balancing on one foot at all times, but if you need to tap your foot to the floor on each rep, that's great. And you're just moving through this hip range of motion that works for you and finding that good posture. 5, 4, standing legs really working. 3, 2, and 1. Close that leg in and then switch your tandem stance. So now your left foot will be the one in front, and it's right directly in front of your right foot from toe to heel. Squeeze your inner thighs, draw them in tightly together, find your good posture, and we releve up and down, up and down. Just notice how this side might feel a little bit different. And if any of you guys are water skiers and you ever skied slalom, for most of us, we have a strong position with one certain foot in front, and then you try to switch that and ski, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, what's going on here? Well, we do have a little bit more of a side we favor with the tandem stance. All right, let's come on up and hold the releve up. Keep your good posture, bend both knees, and keep your back straight as you go down. So notice I'm not sticking my butt back and coming forward. So this is a directly up and down position. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift. This one's really a challenge to let go of the chair. So use it to the amount only that you need. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those heels down. The foot that's in the front will come to the side. I'm going to actually turn sideways. And then we have our lateral leg lift, up and down. Now when we lift this leg to the side, notice we're not rocking our body like a teeter-totter. So I want you to keep everything else really stable. Maybe you can let go of the chair. Your foot can be flexed or the toe can be pointed. Either way, just have an active leg, not a floppy ankle. Squeeze that outer thigh, medial glute. And let's get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close in and relax. Come back to facing the chair. Take your feet to second position. So I have it's that same as when we sat down in the chair and stood up. Toes are out. And we will releve up and hold up on the tiptoes. And then we have one more set of squats here, straight down and up. We have 10, 2. Now, if it's really a struggle for you to stay on your tiptoes, you can keep your heels down. But you'll notice when you're going straight down with your back, you'll feel a pretty tight stretch in the back of the ankles. So it's harder to do an upright squat with your heels down. And 3, and 2, and 1. Drop those heels and relax. All right, if you want to stay without hand weights, we are going to work on développé, or if you'd like hand weights, something not too heavy in the medium range. If you need your chair for balance, you can have one hand on the chair and just be working one arm at a time for balance. So I'd like for you to stand on your right foot. Bring your left knee up and come into single leg stance. Point your toe and flex. Point and flex. Now on the flex, you'll do a bicep curl. On the point, lower the hands down. Flex and point. Flex and point. So we're really warming up through the elbow joint. Shoulders are nice and stable, and we're working that balance in single leg stance. 3 more this leg. Flex. And point. I'm reaching my limit here, I think. 2. And 1. And set the foot down. So if you're using the chair for balance, hold it with the other hand and switch the hand weight. Stand on your left foot. Come into your stance, get good posture, and point and flex. Point and flex. Now on the flex, you'll do the bicep curl. Point and curl. I'm doing a hammer curl, but you can also do a rotating curl. If you were with me last week in our Friday class, we worked a lot of rotation with the forearm on our exercise, nice and challenging. Let's try for 3 more on this side. 1, and 2, and 3. Good. Switch, standing on your right foot. Turn your toes out a little so we're in Pilates first position. You'll be balancing on the right foot. The left foot does a développé. So the exercise is we trace the foot up, we extend the leg out, the thigh is rotated outward, we bring the foot back in, and we trace it back down. Up and extend, bend, and down. Of course, you could be using your chair for balance. So we'll just do 1 more, then I want to show you the arm exercise that we'll put in with this. Again, with a moderate resistance. We do a curl, press away, come back in, and lower down. Let's do 3. Curl, press away, and down. 1 more. If you have shoulder issues, you can leave out the press away and just do the curl. So let's put that with the left leg développé. We curl, press away, bring it in, and down. Curl, press away. If you're using your chair for balance, you've got one hand on the chair, and you're doing the exercise with either the same hand or the opposite. Either one's okay, as long as you're switching once you get to the other side. Nice job. Let's get 3 more on this side. Développé with biceps and shoulders. 2. 1 more. And relax. Okay, shift your body weight into your left foot. Let's just practice the développé on the right. So we draw the leg up, we extend it out, bring it in, and drag it down. So if you're really having an issue with balance, it's okay to hold the chair. That's why we have it in this class. So I want you to feel, give yourself that permission and feel that you can do that. Let's do 1 more développé. And a reminder on the arms. Curl, press away. 2 more to practice, just like we did on the other side. Or if you're ready to put it all together, you can be doing that as well. I like to work things in pieces and in layers. All right, now we can add them together. So we curl and extend. Bring it in and down. Posture is so important here. And also where we're looking with our eyes. And as soon as we look down to the floor, where the head goes, the body will follow. And we'll start to hunch around our back and lose our good posture. Let's get 3 more. I'm standing on my right foot, even though I'm mirroring the screen, and this side is my challenging side to balance. 1 more. I should do more on this side than I do on the other. And relax. Okay, I'm going to slide my chair away. We're going back into side lateral raises of the leg and a little bit of a tandem stance. So we've done this before. It's called the curtsy lunge. So I'd like for you to stand on your right foot, pick up your left, and set your foot back behind and do a little bit of a bend in the knees. Now we did this holding onto the chair. Stand up and open this leg out. So we cross it behind. We bend the knees up and open the leg. Cross, bend, and open. Bring the weights to your chest as you cross behind and bend your knees. Twist to the right. Come center and lift the leg. We'll do that option 1 more time. Step behind, bend the knees, twist to the right. And here. So your option on the side leg raise will be to press the weights any amount above your head. And it can be a small one. If you have shoulder issues, just go a little bit. Twist. Or all the way up. Now you can do complete tandem stance, or you can cross the foot even further behind the other one, which is what we usually do. We cross it further behind. But that tandem stance is what we're working on this month. 2 more on this side. Bend the knee, twist, and up. Last one. And lower down. Relax the arms for a moment. You're standing on the left foot. Right foot does a tandem stance. My heel is up. I'm going to bend the knees. And as I stand up, this right leg opens. Step behind, bend the knees. It can be small. And a lateral leg raise. Now, if the tandem stance is giving you problems, then you can go here and lift the leg and take a wider base of support. Okay, let's bring the weights to your chest. Bend the knees, twist left. Come center, pick up the leg. Twist left. Now your option is to press the weights any amount above the head if you'd like. Ooh, this is my struggling side. I need more work on this side, that's for sure. Oh boy. I'm going to have to take my feet a little bit wider than in that tandem stance, I think. Looking for 4. And 3. 2. Good form, control. 1 more. And then lower the weight down, relax, and rest. We are going to do a movement without any weight for you to learn it and to understand whether or not weights are going to be okay for you today. This is called the rotator raise. So we have our elbows bent about 90 degrees. I have them thus. Open your elbows out away from you, but no higher than your shoulders. So I'm about here. Then flip your palms to face me. Flip them back down and close your hands together. So we open and rotate. So if you can tell right off the bat that you have discomfort or you feel weak, then I want you to modify this and not do any weights at all. But I want you to work your rotator cuff even without weights. All right, if you're feeling good to go with that, pick up the lightest pair you have. So I'm going to go over to my 3s. Because we are going to build in intensity, we don't want to go too heavy on this one too soon and have an injury. So our elbows, 90 degrees. We open, rotate, down, and close. So while you're doing these, if you want to stand in single leg stance, you can do that. If you want to work on some balance, this might be a newer exercise to use. So if you just want to hold it here, standing and focusing your awareness. We're going to do a few sets of these, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to keep going up in weight if you want. So let's take 1 more. And pause and rest. How was that weight you chose? Do you need to stay with it? Or can you go up a little? I'm going to try to go from my 3s to my 5s. This might be too much, so I can always go down to my 3s if I try one and I feel like I'm struggling. 90-degree bend in the elbows. Press away to work the deltoids. Rotate up. You've got rotator cuff. Back down and close. Open. Rotate. Down and close. 3 more for 5. How's this weight? I think it might be my maximum, but at the same time, I'm feeling pretty good. And one more. Short break. So your choices, do you want to stay with the same one? Do you want to go up a little bit? Or maybe you need to go down for the final set, or even set your weights down all together. So these are 6.6. I'm going to go up a little bit, elbows bent at 90. And we have 5 reps. Out. Rotate. Down. And close. And I'm making each one of these movements very deliberately. Very deliberate. It can be done all in one piece, but I want you to feel each section of the exercise. 2 more. Good job. 1 more. Out. Rotate. Down. And release. Okay, there were 4 pieces in that exercise. I'm going to stay with the 4-piece theme. And with your heavier weights, we're going to do a dead row. So 4 pieces. We come down to the knees, 1. Pull back, 2. Straighten the arms, 3. Rise up, 4. So make sure you have the right weight for that. I can go a little heavier on these up to my maximum of 8s. So 4 pieces. Soften your knees. 1. Pull back, 2. 3. Rise up, 4. And I'm stopping at each exercise edge, or the end of it. So 1, I pause. 2, I pause. 3, pause. Stand up, pause. Now, each time your body or the weights come up from the floor, that's our exhalation. So we'll inhale as the weights are coming down. Exhale as they come up. Inhale as they come down. Exhale as they come up. Let's get 4 more. Squeeze those shoulder blades. So we're looking for that shoulder girdle retraction right in the mid-upper back. 2 more. Looking good. 1 more time. And up. Okay, lighter weight, another 4-part movement, 1 hand only. This is the tricep kickback. So let's put the weight in your right hand. Step your left foot forward, the right foot back. And if you want to come a little closer together, you can actually come into a little bit of a tandem stance. If you're struggling with balance, take your feet a little wider. Brace yourself right here on the thigh. We pull up, 1, straighten the arm, 2, bend the elbow, 3, lower down, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now our breathing is going to be a little bit different on this one. We'll inhale as the elbow comes up. Exhale to straighten the arm. Inhale to bend. Exhale to release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Try to keep your shoulders as square as you can. Sometimes we twist on these, but not today. I want you to have a really nice, strong core. And then stand up. You'll switch the hand weight. You can pivot on the feet. So now your right foot is in front. You can be in kind of a tandem stance for balance. And we pull it up, straighten back, bring it in and down. Now, if your weights are too heavy, you're not going to be able to pause right there, right? So if they're too heavy, it's going to look more like this with a little bit of a kind of a fudgy push back. So I want you to be in a weight where you can hold and down. That gives you that little bit of isometric contraction, but it also stops the momentum of the exercise. And I want you to be able to control it on the way down right here. So you're really resisting the pull of gravity. Let's put our breathing in and do 4 more. So inhale, pull up. Exhale, push back. Inhale. Exhale, 3 more. Square the shoulders. Notice your head position. You're looking out ahead of you, maybe about 3 feet, a meter or so. And I think this is our last one. And relax it down. Come on up. Okay, we're transitioning to the floor. You're going to need 1 medium to light hand weight and your mat. So our spinal balance, we've done it a lot, our bird dog, and I'm excited to see that was on the list of New York Times exercises because it is an important one. If you need some padding for your knees, you can have that as well. And again, a light to moderate hand weight as we come down onto our knees. And this weight is going to be out ahead of us on the floor with our right hand. So we start in all fours. The left leg goes back. We square the hips. The right hand reaches the weight. We pick it off the floor. Any amount, we lift it. We set it back down, and then your right elbow and left knee come in toward each other. We send the left leg back, pick up the weight, lift it up, set it down, pull the elbow and knee in towards each other, round your back. Lengthen the left leg, reach the weight, pick it up, and bring it in. So maybe you're not picking up the weight, but you can take your foot back, you can extend your arm and raise it up and bring it in. Extend and lift and bring it in. Let's get 3 more for 8 reps. And when you pick that weight up, you don't have to lift it super high. So you can grab it off the floor and just lift it up an inch, just so that you have workload in that muscle. 1 more time. Curl it in. And come right back down to your hands and knees. If you need any stretch or shake out of your wrists, take a moment to do that. And then you'll bring that weight over toward the left side of your mat, upper top. And we'll start with the right leg going straight back. Square your hips. Left hand gets the weight. Pick it up off the floor, any amount. Set it down completely and pull the elbow and the knee towards each other. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to pick the weight up. Inhale to lower it down. Exhale to bring in the elbow and the knee. We're looking for 6 more for a total of 8. At whatever level you can take this today. And 5. And 4. Slow control, 3. Little soft bend in your right elbow there. 2 more. Last 1. And come back to all fours, hands and knees, or even take a child's pose. Relaxing your forehead down toward the mat. Let your wrists really relax as well. And breathe. We have a side plank with lateral leg lifts. So we'll come up, bring your right knee forward a little bit and kick this ankle out sideways on your mat slightly. Put your right hand down to the floor, or even your elbow if your wrists are giving you a problem today, and open out into a side plank. And then lift this left leg off the floor. We're going to do our lateral leg raises here to strengthen the hips. Lift 1, down, 2, top hand can be at your hip, and 4, really brace your abs, 6, 7, a little bit of balance here, 8, 9, 10, lift and hold 3 breaths. That leg is as high as you can comfortably hold it. Foot is pointed or flexed, 2 breaths. Last one. And lower the leg. Bring the hand forward. Take a little child's pose. You can also do a thread the needle with this arm that you were on. You can slide it underneath and give yourself a little stretch for that shoulder. That actually feels great. So knowing how your left side is, if you need to make any modifications, let's come up on the left side, either from your wrist or your elbow. The left knee comes forward slightly and the ankle goes out to the side. This gives us a little bit of a lateral positioning on the floor for a nice base of support. And that right leg lifts, lowers. Nothing else is moving. Just hip abduction. Hand can be down. 5, 6, squeeze all the muscles in this leg. 7, get the most bang for your buck that you can here. 8, 9, and 10. Lift it up to your max. Hold 3 breaths. Make sure you're not collapsing into this shoulder, so stay nice and lifted. 1 more breath. Lower the foot. Bring the hand back down. Take a child's pose, or your left arm can do a little stretch through, thread the needle as you're relaxing here. So when we were doing our lateral leg lift, gravity enabled us to really focus on the outer portion of the thigh. So now we're going to do a lateral leg lift from a hands and knees position, or from a kneeling plank with our knees back behind us more, or from a full plank. So you can decide, do you want to be way up here? Do you want to have your knees down in a plank, or do you want to be in all fours? So choose that position. Lift your right leg up off the floor, and you are going to abduct it out and in, out and in, 3 and in. So in a full plank, it looks like this, 4 and in, 5. From a kneeling plank, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring that knee back in, coming into your child's pose. Now this, of course, can also be done from your forearms. So if your wrists are saying, that's good, I've had enough, you can come right to your elbows. You can do this from all fours, from a kneeling plank or from a full plank. So find your position. Pick the left leg up, hold it up, take it side. 10, 9. So we're still doing a lateral leg lift, but gravity is different for us here. 6, 5, 4. Nice neutral head position. 3, 2. Last one. Lower that knee and take a recovery or a resting position. We are moving into flexibility. So from this kneeling position, take a nice big step forward with your right foot. You might have to help it along the way. Bring it way up to the top of your mat and let your hips drop down. Come up here and support. You can remain here. You can lift your left arm up. This is going to help to increase the stretch. And then bring your left hand down to place it across your right knee. As we twist, turn this right shoulder back and look behind you. You can also be here or here in our prayer lunge. And then come back to the center, begin to straighten out your front leg any amount for hamstring stretch and pull your toes up. Perhaps you're using your chair to hold up here or a wall or your block. Just find a nice comfortable position to stretch and breathe. My body's feeling nice and warm. One more breath. Then if you put both of your hands in the middle, you'll be able to just slide this leg around as we do those stretches on the other side. Left foot steps forward. Come up and support. Drop this hip down. So this shouldn't look like this with your bum back. You want it to drop. Option to lift your right arm up. Then take this right hand, bring it across the left knee and twist, looking way behind your left shoulder. This left hand can even wrap behind your back a little bit there for a little bit of a shoulder release. And then we come right back to the midline, finishing up with our hamstring stretch. Shift back, pull the toes up, relax the back of the leg. We didn't get to a lot of flexibility today. We'll do that more, of course, in our yoga class this Thursday, so be sure you stay tuned for that as well. One more breath here in our hamstring stretch. And then come up, and I'd like for you to try to stand from the floor in this split stance position. So you're going to tuck the back toes under. Try not to use your hands and stand up. Shake those legs out. I'm going to try to remember to do the other leg on occasion to start with our hamstring stretch onto the left foot so that we're standing up on our right. All right, let's take a nice big inhale, reach up. Exhale into a chest expansion. Look to the right. Look center, inhale up. Exhale, chest expansion. Look to the left. And our last inhale, reach up, press the palms, and exhaling down. Here's to a fantastic 2023, a great new year, building the strength in our body in pursuit of longevity. Thank you so much, everyone. If you can stay with me after the recording, I'd love for a chit chat and to start out our new year. Thanks for joining me. Nice class today.